EquitySet is an equities investment research platform that makes institutional quality stock research tools available to retail investors. And it's focused on empowering retail investors with more tools and insights and education. And with me is co-founder Tony Zapparo to talk about EquitySet. So I always love anything that democratizes the investing space. So tell me about what EquitySet is doing.
So it's a stock research platform. Right now we're based in U.S. securities and ETFs. And our goal, really, we have three primary functions that we try to build around, and that's empowering retail investors with better tools and insights around researching U.S. Companies and ETFs, finding opportunities when they might not know where to look, and then being able to track those for changes and signals that helps make them more attractive to them.
Okay, like an entry point to a particular stock or something. What gave you the idea to start EquitySet?
So the short answer is there was a lot of gaps. So myself being a young investor, I got hooked, bit by the bug of trying to understand better how markets moved, how prices were correlated to performance and technicals. And as I went through that journey, I just found that I was doing a lot of analysis that I felt a platform, right, could provide. And so I had a slight divergence for a period of about 13 years where I actually founded a UX, UI, and development agency that was on the Inc. 5000 list. And through that, really learned about how to design things and how to develop features that were impactful to users. And so the whole reason went down the path is I had this odd mix of expertise in finance, design, and how to develop it into a platform. And so I decided to take the risk and do it.
Well, that's true. There's one thing to know how to do stock research, but another thing to know how to build a website and make it easily understandable to people.
Absolutely.
So what kind of information is on EquitySet that an investor might be able to glean?
Yeah. So, of course, you've got traditional information that you can find on a lot of other great tools, and the pricing, news, everything about a symbol in a company. But some of the unique features and what we really try to focus on is customization and comparison. So while it's great to look into a company and understand maybe how their financials are doing, it's another thing I found to be able to easily, within, we're talking seconds, sometimes minutes, cross-compare those across its competitors, across adding companies that you want to see. And so a lot of the tools that we focus on now are helping you to understand, depending on your investment philosophy, whether or not what you own or are watching fits that, and if there's something potentially better out there that you're not seeing.
What are the pain points that you have found that beginning investors or retail investors have when they're researching a stock?
Yeah. And it kind of comes back to what we try to build around. Comparison is one of them. Traditionally, you open a couple different tabs, you take a minute, on each, and you're doing a lot of context switching, right? You're looking at one tab, then going to the next, right? Maybe pulling data down. The biggest pain point is being able to see that all in one view, right? And it's tough. There's a lot of information. Again, if you're looking at operations or valuation of a company, there's 10, 20, 30 different data points that you could look at. And so what we try to do is solve that pain point of not only them being able to see that in a simplified kind of frame of reference, but then being able to customize what they do and don't like, to hide modules, to add modules, to make their own reports.
Can you explain the alignment score that you assign to stocks?
Yes. So how we like to think about it is the alignment score looks to take what we call dimensions, right? Call them things that influence stock price. So that is operations, valuations, sentiment, right? What analysts are saying, what news stories are saying, market dynamics, supply and demand. It tries to boil those down into these dimensions, and then it plots those. And so we like to think of using it as a guideline for how bearish or bullish, right? How well aligned a company is with all of those things. And so it's from that point, using the alignment score is, let's say something has an 80% alignment. Well, it's digging in further, not just using that as, blind, oh, I should buy this stock,
right.
But digging into why, right? Is there any weak areas? Where it's areas of strength? And then comparing that to other companies and investments in the space.
Okay. And this is just research. You aren't buying stocks, right?
Correct.
On the platform.
Just research. We try to stay in our lane. We don't care where people trade it. We just want them to do the research necessary to make a good decision for
And
them.
how can somebody find out more about EquitySet?
The easiest way is going to equityset.com. A lot of our features and functions are highlighted on there, and being able to sign up, play around with it. We want to make it easy for investors and people interested in investing to get started.
Okay, thank you so much, Tony.
Thank you very much.